Gives the okay. Oh yeah, I hear no audio on stream.
Oh yeah, that could be bad.
There we live. Okay, we live now.
So, hello, internet people of the internet. I am Elliecerapto. I have been speedrunning this game for a very long time now. You may recognize it as the template for the remaster that was released earlier this year. And yeah, I'm going to be showing off a class that I don't think has been shown off in a marathon before. I am joined by the illustrious and legendary Toad himself. Say hi.
Hello, RGL. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to be helping me with commentary and keeping his eye on chat, etc. But without further ado, yeah, I'm going to give a countdown, and then we're gonna go. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Yeah.
First of all, always throw away the shield, because the shield does not help us. It only slows you down. Setting some hotkeys, and yeah, then we're off. So Diablo II as a speed game, it's very well, as is very well established by the series from the very start. It's very RNG based, and so a lot of the speed tech revolves around mitigating the effects and like the rules that govern the randomness. So the major things are that's good. That's money. The major things are the map rules, which I will go into as it becomes relevant. And leveling experience. Whoa. That was a noise. Alright, well, Toad is here to keep us on our toes. So that's good. By the way, it's 3 a.m. for me.
5 hours.
It's good, you know. Toad is making sure I don't fall asleep.
Yeah, keep her awake.
But yeah, what we have to do is make sure that we are level 20 until, or before a certain point in the game to deal with the quest, and that's the only level requirement. But there are a few points along the way that I want to hit at specific points in the game, just to be sure that I am on the right track. And the first thing that we are going to do in the speedrun, that is an incredibly important thing to set up for a later respec at level 18. So we have to do the Den of Evil, which is the first quest in the game. You have to go down here, and you have to just kill all the things down here. And what doing this quest does is that when we turn the quest, we will get 1 skill point, which is
huge.
Really is huge. You get 1 skill point per level, and there are a couple of levels or a couple of quests that give some skill points. But yeah, they 1 skill point is huge, as Toad put it.
Huge.
Yeah, and also it unlocks the ability to respec, so it will refund all the skill points that you have put that you have invested, and letting you redistribute them and all your stat points, etc. And the paladin is very interesting in that he is the only class that basically is he's like a butterfly. He starts his life as I wouldn't say pathetic, but certainly a lot less exciting or pretty. we are going to be using Zeal for attacking, which is at level 12, so it's a little while ahead, and then also Holy Fire Aura, which will give us it will give us a lot of fire damage to our attack, and that will be our damage for about 2/3 of the run until we hit level 18, at which point we will respec into Blessed Hammer, which is probably like one of the absolutely most recognizable spells of Diablo II, and also one of the most people would say infuriatingly overpowered.
It's really, really good.
It's really good. It is a little bit tricky to use, but it's not a big deal. So we did that. Pretty good. We're gonna keep this armor for a very specific reason, which again I will go into. That was a very nice lucky find.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good charm, but
Oh wow.
don't need it. Oh wait, I already had a sash. Oh well.
I think the hammers, the reason they're so powerful is that they do magic damage, right?
Yes, magic damage is very good because there are very few things that have a lot of magic, like immunity to the magic type damage. But most importantly about hammers for speedruns is that the thing with having to punch things is that there are some very obnoxious rules and calculations going on in the background. Sorry, my cat jumped into my lap. But basically, when you have to hit things in Diablo 2, it's obnoxious. You're going to see me missing a lot of swings, and there's nothing I can do. That is random based on stats, and you need a lot of stats to be effective at actually, hitting things in the game. And since we're speedrunning, we're not going to have that. So,
big time.
Yes.
The melee characters have a real disadvantage in this game, actually, especially to start with, because of the hit percentage.
Oh yeah, there's Bishop. We should probably multi-tap. I'm gonna probably smack him. Oop, he exploded. So yeah, as I mentioned, experience and leveling is incredibly important. So you will see me checking all the shrines as I come across them, because shrines they're basically these big shrines that offer temporary bonuses, and there are two that we will be using the entire run that are incredibly relevant. The most relevant is one that boosts your experience gain by 50% for
How much did it? Wow.
Yes, for 2 or 3 minutes. I can't quite remember. Ooh, scimitar, that's good. The other is a skill shrine, which temporarily gives you +2 to all skill levels, which can be extremely useful, or which is extremely useful, especially later on when we no longer need experience, but benefit from the additional damage. You'll also see me checking. You'll see me hovering my mouse over all the enemies as I come across them, because basically. There are, the game is obviously full of monsters, Most of them are just like generic base, but as you can see here, this is a boss group or an elite pack, as some call them, depending on who. And you know that because there is one enemy with... Oh, try not to die here. With a name. And they will have some minions with them. And the benefit of bosses is that they give 5 times the amount of base experience. So they are incredibly important for
bosses
the
and their
experience.
mobs.
Yeah, and all the bosses have a random modifier applied to them. And this is one of the most annoying ones, Cold Enchanted, because it slows down your movement, but more importantly, it slows down your attack speed. And then when they die, they release a Frost Nova, which damage even freezes you more.
Worst.
But
Melee's worst nightmare.
it is quite something.
Yeah, it's brutal. You can get frosted pretty badly and stuck in large groups and be pretty screwed.
The worst thing is that for some reason the cold effect is applied to archer minions, but not to melee minions. So when you see archers that have cold damage, or a boss with cold enchanted, I will most likely not bother fighting them, because they will slow me down and there's nothing I can do about it, and B, they will deal incredible amounts of damage, so they're not worth fighting as a melee class.
I was gonna ask about that, like the ranged units, the archers, they always seem to do insane amounts of damages in this game, and I'm not sure why. Is it just their base damage is so good, or?
I guess. I don't really exactly know why they decided that. Oh, nice. That's another fine. Why they decided that archers, like, there's a modifier called extra strong, which is, works as advertised. It's not false marketing. It makes them hit harder, and extra strong archers can destroy you.
Yes, in seconds. Even faster than that, even.
Yeah, if you're playing Sorceress, which basically Sorceress is the fastest class by a wide margin, because she's the only class that has access to teleport, which is as broken as it sounds. But she has she is balanced in the way that basically she has 10 health and everything hits for 20 damage. So she dies very quickly, and archers are not fun with Sorceress. Oh yeah, there was one specific thing about Blessed Hammer, is that the thing with spells, things that don't have to hit things, like, they can't miss. So if a spell makes a connection with an enemy, it hits automatically, and that cuts out a massive amount of randomness to your damage dealing, which, is pretty important.
Yeah.
So that's why...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's why every single class that you can, you choose... Like, you choose skills that, like, automatically hit, because otherwise you are going to make your life miserable.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah. So, another important and very key and recognizable aspect, this is the experience, this is what we want. And it's right by the tower, oh yes. But,
that's huge.
Yeah, so this is one of the most important things in this run. And so loot and equipment is obviously a core component of any Diablo game. And so, like, one would think that, well, this game must, like, live and die by, random drops, right? But thankfully, the way the game is balanced, we just like when you run the game, you circumvent that by using a system called runes and rune words, which I will go into. I can go into it now. Basically, runes are, well, they are drops, and they are basically things that you slot into armor or weapons. You can see that this leather armor has 2 sockets in it. And those 2 sockets, you can either put gems, jewels, or like runes. The neat thing about runes is that if you put specific runes in specific combinations in specific pieces of armor or weapons, they will create a rune word which has additional effects. And we are going to be getting. Oh my gosh! I'm so happy that we found that. Oh, it's a very small stack though, so I'm going to have to go back and restack them. Oh, that's nice. That's a very nice find as well.
Greetings.
Do not respec. But the no, I need to put it back. The rune birds make. Oh, I kind of want to keep that as well. The rune word, we're going to be making a rune word, which is a combination of a Tal and an F rune in this armor, and it's going to make a rune word called Stealth. And Stealth is an incredible rune word for any class. It is the one universal rune word that you make with all classes. Unless you're doing like World Record Strat with Sorceress, in which case you skip the tower entirely. But I don't use those. I don't do those strats, partly because I don't run Assassin, but Sorceress, but also because I don't want to hate the game I don't want to hate the game more than necessary. But yeah, we will be showing the rune word when we make it. So the tower here is where we will do the farming for the runes. The tower is made up of 5 levels. Oh, these are... Nope, they are not quite. You can see ghosts kind of hit hard as well. But at the end of the 5th level, there is a unique boss or a unique enemy called the Countess. Did she call anything special beyond the Countess?
No, I don't think it's only Countess.
Yeah, I think it's just Countess. And she is going to drop. She's almost guaranteed to drop between. Well, she can drop between 0 to 5 or 4 runes. Generally, it will be about 1 to 2 per run, but she will drop runes up to a specific level of rune, because there is a tier of runes. And hopefully, hopefully it won't take too long before she drops the Tal and the F rune. But this is the biggest RNG part of the run, spending time like just killing Countess over and over, and hopefully you get the things you need. It's a very big reset point of the run, but it'll, like, if I don't get the runes I need, it is possible to finish the run. I have a very generous estimate, so even if I don't get the stealth, it'll be fine.
That's good.
Yeah, so that basically takes care of all the gear that you will need, and that's very nice. This is the countess, yeah, that's the name.
Talent.
And wow, that is literally perfect. Okay, well, that's all right. I feel way more better. I feel a lot more confident about this run now.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's marathon luck, I suppose.
It's incredible marathon luck.
Oh, I'm so happy about that. So very happy about that.
That's so good. Oh my god. I don't think you can stealth until level 17, though,
Yeah,
right?
the level required to actually equip runes or equip rune words is based on the highest level of the rune, with some variants like at higher levels. But yes, the tall rune, as you can see, is has a level requirement of 17. So the level requirement for equip the stealth rune word is going to be level 17. Oh wow,
It's
two
also...
boss groups at once. Oh, that's
Oh wow. Yeah, going back to the rune words, you need the exact amount of sockets as well in the
exactly.
armor.
And it can't be a magic. Like there are some magic modifiers on gear that give sockets, and I have lost more than one run by accidentally trying to make a rune word in a magically socketed item, and it is not fun, let me tell you. But yeah, I try to be very vigilant about it. So you see me going back to the countess or the tower. Now it's basically just for levels, and if I can get one or even better, like two runes called raw runes. They will be incredibly helpful towards the end of the run, because they give a lot of fire resistance and things deal a lot of fire damage at the end of the game. So that is a big safety. With paladin specifically, there is another rune word that if I can make, it will be hugely helpful later on. And it's a steel, it's a tear and an L rune in a weapon, and basically it gives a lot of attack speed, because since our damage with Holy Fire is not based on the weapon damage, it gives a flat fire damage per hit. What really boosts your damage with Paladin is your attack speed. So stacking as much attack speed as possible is the best course of action. And that's why I'm using a Scimitar specifically, because Scimitar has the highest attack speed at this level. And yeah, that's basically that. Okay, one of the absolute most important aspects that I mentioned are a thing called map rules. And map rules is basically how you deal with, well, the randomness of map generation. And as one would expect, a game like Diablo would have a lot of randomness in map generation. And that is unavoidable. That is a core part of the game. But to mitigate the effect of it, what you have to realize is that the game is constructed its maps based on specific rules, how it connects the tiles, because every like level, every zone, every area is like constructed out of three prefabricated tiles, and if you know the rules underlying the underlying how they are constructed, you can use that knowledge to basically you can't know the exact placement of everything, but it can help you make very informed decisions. And basically, oh, cold damage is very nice actually. So I'm going to be like using that to navigate through most of the maps. Oh, that's lovely. I'm gonna do one more clear of the tower for the experience. There are some maps that... Oh, wow. This luck is kind of ridiculous. Oh, that's a nice...
And a skill shrine!
Yeah.
You got everything.
Are you kidding me? Alright. Yeah. This is kind of just ridiculous. But yeah, there are some maps that seemingly don't have any noble map. Are you kidding me? Is this...
No way. Is that like 3 experience shrines?
No, 4. It's
4 experience shrines.
4 experience shrines and a skill shrine. That is unheard of.
Yeah, that's
like these shrines always spawn like with a they spawn from a pool of possible shrines, and experience is just one of them. So, and there are quite a few. So basically, the best thing, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try getting as much use of each of these experience shrines as possible by not picking them up until until they have expired. I have so many of them. I think I'm going to go through the jails. And then pick up the shrines along the way, because it is a bit of a waste otherwise.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, and when we're going through the jails, that will be an excellent opportunity to give examples of how to read maps. This is one example of how you can read maps based on the location of this waypoint. This waypoint specifically is... It is by where it is placed, you can tell where the entrance to the next area is. So I know, well, I will show you after. Right now we're gonna go through the tower with our gorgeous experience line. I know where the of the 3 possible wings it can be in. I know which one is the correct one.
I believe it even works in this tower here, right? Which way to go?
Oh yeah, okay. We don't even need to wait until until the jail. So the tower is like an excellent early place level area where you can get a sense for how map rules work. So it is based on the alignment of the way the entrance tile is pointing. You can tell the map rule will dictate how the exit tile is pointing. So the tower is all left facing. So basically, if you imagine an arrow extending forward in the direction of the entrance tile, from that you can extrapolate that going from the left, like going leftwards based from that, it will point in the that will be how the exit tile is pointing. So as you can see, this is forward, and that is when it turns left. And as you can see, basically, yeah, it's an arrow pointing left there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and this is from any direction. If the entrance or your previous exit onto the next floor was in the bottom left, and you were going up right, it would still be to the left. It would be to the top left where the exit would be. It just kind of circles like that.
Yeah, so it is relevant to the alignment of the entrance tile. Oh my gosh, we can make our steel. Oh, that's going to make a lot of the game so much less painful. This run is quite insane.
This run is charmed.
Yeah, unfortunately no Rattle runes, but I will make do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Oh, and there's a two-socketed... Beautiful! Okay, oh no, I forgot about the experience shrines. It's fine. My experience is fine at this point. And there's another one, so... Good. Okay, so I know when the waypoint is placed here, it is like this is the correct wing. And if you find it annoying to see my skill and stats, like see them lit up because I have leveled up and I'm not actually spending them. It's because I am saving. There are two skills I'm going to be getting once I hit level 12, and so I'm saving them up so I can get both at once. And when I hit level 12 and unlock those skills, that's when the paladin starts getting awesome, and you will see why in a very short bit.
Can't wait. It's gonna be so good. The reason melee characters are so rough in this game is because hitting percentages in the beginning are BS.
It's throughout the entire game, so
that's true. That's very true.
Hit chance is based on. It is based on like this stat called attack rating, as well as the disparity between your level and the enemy level. And why it makes the the speedrun, like why it impacts the speedrun so much is, I'm gonna grab that. That is for another quest. It's gonna be potentially useful, but we are so like under level that our hit rates are just going to be abysmal.
Kavik asked, you know, if the leftness is intentional or coincidental to the level generation for the tower.
Like, do you mean like what type of weapons can drop at what points?
I think he means map generation. When you're going through the tower, you hit it, all the exits are left.
Yes. It is like sorry, that's 3 a.m. so I'm a bit tired. But basically, I am sorry, I am just setting some things up here.
I believe each set area, each map is set. So like every time you go to the tower, it's always left 4 times.
Yes,
every time.
Yes. The map rules are different and preset like by the specific level. So jails level 1 will always be straightforward. So I know that because this pointed in this direction, the exit tile is always going to be facing down here. And in this case, it's a little bit awkward. Thing that you have to realize is that it as I mentioned, it makes you it allows you to make informed decisions, but the maps can still throw you for a loop. For like, this is one example. This is an example of a very awkward map. As you can see, it points downwards, but it's almost behind it, so it can get very confusing. But as you can see, something weird is going on with my movement. This is what I affectionately refer to as ice skating, and it is one of the extremely few glitches that are useful in the speedrun. Most glitches in this game only work to destroy you, but there are a handful of useful glitches, and this one is, well, it has a couple names, and we're being trolled by this map as well.
Map generation, not on your side, but everything else is.
Exactly, but it's like most people, I think, call it animation swapping. I've heard people refer to it as forecasting, but forecasting is a different thing. What I understand, a thing that is abused more in multiplayer. But basically, the animation system in Diablo 2 is incredibly broken, and so basically what I'm doing is I am using a skill using another skill's animation. So it may look like I am attacking, swinging my sword, but I am actually using a skill called charge. Wow, and another troll map. Fantastic. Well, maybe not quite a troll map, but it's not a very... It led me down a awkward path. J level 3, as opposed to J level... at J level 1 and 2. I'm gonna grab those boots.
Go left.
It is... Yes, it is left instead of forward.
Ah, nice.
So this should be it. Yeah, here it is. But basically what you do is you set a skill to one of your buttons, and then as you swap weapon sets, you quickly also swap skills at the same time, and that will basically set your attack, your skill animation. Like, it will swap the animation. So, like, you can. So I am basically using charge, which propels me forward, and if I connect with an enemy, it deals damage and knocks them back. But I'm using the animation of basically my regular, my seal, which is my primary attack, which seal basically just hits. It hits multiple times. It swings multiple times per use, and has some bonus damage and attack rating. But it increases our attack speed, which is essentially.
Is this a shift ability? Like you're shifting on the ground and attacking and going that way?
Yeah, I am. Okay. So if you hold down Shift and you and you use a skill, you will basically plant your feet where you are and use that skill. But since I am actually using charge, I am moving forward. Basically by swinging my sword so hard, it propels me forward.
Matrix room.
Oh god. Oh. A bit nasty.
Nice. I would also like to say, our menu in here is spectacular. It is not easy to do this list on the run and do commentary. It's exceptional.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing this a very long time, as I said. So the Catacombs is a fantastic example of maps that don't have known map rules. So the only thing you can do to navigate here is that you can recognize tiles, because by looking, like seeing a tile, I know what by looking at just like a portion of a tile, I know what is a dead end. I know that this is a dead end, for example, so I have to turn around. And like I know that this one connects forward. I know like what this one looks like. Basically, I have memorized so many tiles that it helps me make, again, informed decisions. So it's a lot of on the fly. Oh gosh. No, okay, it's not that. All right, it looked like what could have been a tile. That was worth checking.
So the catacombs just have no map rules at all?
The only known thing about this map is that if you, like, on Catacombs level 2, which we're at, if you find the waypoint, the stairs down are to the right of the stairs. And that's the only known thing.
Is it basically the opposite then? Because I feel that was left.
I mean, the exit is to the left of the waypoint.
Oh, that's true.
If you want to look at it that way.
But my brain is looping map generations here.
It's like there are a lot of maps, and like the nice thing, I suppose, is that the maps, well, the map rules are like simple. It's like, okay, I just need to recognize 3 cardinal directions, like for every map, and then you like make your decision based on that. I'm finding a lot of gems as well. I'm keeping these gems, as you can see. I'm keeping them for a very specific reason, which won't be apparent until like the 3rd act, or at the end of the 2nd act. Because I'm going to be using a very famous thing in this game called the Elliecerapto to potentially help me along, which, well, you always want that. You always want help.
Yeah. Especially when you're cutting shorter levels to make it through the game faster, absolutely.
So as you can see, I am spending a lot of time swinging at air that's like, and not moving, and that's usually because I don't time the animation glitch timing up right, so I have to swap sets back and forth until I get it. And like every time that you swap back to the set after you set up a skill, you have to set it back up again. So it's a lot of switching, like swapping weapon sets. Steel. Here we go. Here's I will show the rune word what it looks like after I have dealt with these things. Actually, run there. Good. Chainmail. Armor is all worth a lot of money. That's a tip for dealing with gold. Gold is an pretty important aspect as well, but usually it's not a terribly big deal.
I am overpaid.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Very totally mapped right now. But yeah, this is what the rune words look like. As you can see, I have it here in an L, and it makes a steel. So you can see that it adds a lot of modifiers. And the most relevant thing is the one at the top, which says 25% increased attack speed, which is huge for the paladin, and it's gonna make a very big difference, especially for the second boss, Serial, which is a pretty infamous boss. He is always fun to deal with. But again, it is having like that rune word helps a huge amount with him.
Yeah, steel is honestly
This is
really
also
good.
dead end. Oh,
It's locked.
I haven't checked there. So
But it does have that 25% increased attack speed. It also has +2 to mana for each deal, which is nice.
yes, unfortunately, it's not really enough to make a big difference
No.
for paladin. But hey, it's never a bad
Also,
thing.
50% chance of open wounds, though. That's a good.
That one is huge, especially for bosses. And this is the first boss. This is Andariel. She is,
There.
well, she has an interesting outfit. The nice thing about Andariel, and she's that, is that she has
That was so fast.
she has minus 50%, I believe, fire resistance. So she takes 50% additional damage from fire, and since we're using fire attacks, it adds up. So I'm just gonna put all these chip gems in stash, and that's a lot of gems. And yeah, as I said, I'm going to be using them later. Oh, that's a nice one as well. Now, that's not terrible by any means. We have good stuff there. I'm just going to repair. And I'm going to be imbuing these. This is from turning in the hammer that I picked up. Yes, faster round. Oh, those are some incredible boots.
This is amazing.
So one of the absolutely most important stats for speedrunning is a thing called faster run walk, because, well, it makes you run faster. And the like, it's a random modifier on boots. And as you can see, we got just that, which is exactly what I want. Alright, I don't have a lot of money for potions, but I'm going to be, there we go, spending all my money.
Bye, gold.
But yeah, we also got a lot of like resistances. Resistances are incredibly important because they decrease the damage you take, especially lightning enchantment here, because you have these lovely beetles which, as you can see, when you attack them, they release charge bolts, which, well, they deal electricity damage.
Nightmares.
Or lightning damage, sorry.
Nightmares.
Yeah, and like it deals a lot of damage. The upside to them, like you really want them to spawn. I want to have those enemies spawn in zones where they can spawn, because they give a lot of experience. Most types of enemies like aren't worth killing the base type of, but beetles give so much experience that they are worth killing.
Yeah.
But they also hurt.
This was always my least favorite area when I was, well, second area, because of these beetles. If you're not prepared, they really chunk you up.
Indeed.
So fast.
Indeed.
Nice
So map rules also, they don't just apply to like dungeons and like inside areas, they also apply to outside, like overworld map areas. So I know that the exits in the overworld in Act 2 all are in corners of the map. So I'm just skipping. I'm just going to check the corners and then like not bother with anything else. That's, that also saves time. So as you can see, it's a corner. Alright, that's one of the things we need to find. So in Act 2, basically the quests that we need to do is to find three important artifacts to make a staff that we cram into a thing, and that unlocks the boss fight. One of the things that we get for like one of the artifacts is called the Herodic Cube, and Herodic Cube is pretty pretty famous, I would say, because you can do a lot of magical things with it. You can craft things with it. You can like there are a lot of recipes, like crafting recipes, and well, I'm going to be using it for. Oh my god, choking gas potion. I'm going to be using it for. Well, the reason why I'm saving all of the chip gems is, well, I will. You will see when it's time. Oh yeah, as you can see, I'm using potions that spread like green clouds. They are called choking gas potions and or strangling gas potions and choking gas potions. The paladin doesn't because the paladin doesn't really have early game AoE attacks, area of effects attacks that hit a lot of things at once. Basically, hello, Peter First. Basically, if they are guaranteed AoE damage to supplement yours, and that it is incredibly useful. And I found the next tier of gas potions called choking the gas potions, which I can use at level 16, sort of, to deal a lot more damage than the base one that I am using, called the strangling gas potions. And though the choking gas potions are going to help also going to help a bunch in this, and they're more good. They're really expensive to replenish. Yeah, they're going to help me a lot. And yeah, that's basically it. What I'm doing right now is I am looking for I would really like to find a waypoint because of how the map is generated. You have to make a lot of decisions. There we go. Lovely. And there we go. Maglar is right there. Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Basically, you have to make a lot of split judgment calls on, like, where to leave a town portal, so you don't have to backtrack as much. Gosh, so little money.
Greetings.
And like you can only have one town portal down, to the blue shimmering thing that I'm putting down and walking through. And so you have to make very strategic decisions on where to place it, when to replace it. Like, oh gosh! As you can see, lightning enchanted can hit very hard.
Oh no!
But it's fine. I am a professional.
It's true. I'd have been toast.
It can, like, I fully expect to die during this run at some point, especially since I don't have a lot of fire resistance. There are some things in Act 3 and especially Act 4 that can burn you down in about half a second if I'm careful.
Especially special mobs.
Yes. Oh gosh, do not want to throw there. But this is where we find the cube. Oh my gosh, things hit hard. Things hit hard. But then now I have the erotic cube, which is very exciting.
Oof.
Actually, I should just. So there's a fun thing about rune words. As I mentioned, you can only equip a rune word when you at the base level. But if you already have the rune word, like the thing that you make the rune word in, equipped, when you pick it up or when you make it, it will. Never mind. I was gonna look for a. Actually, no.
It'll let you keep it on, but
yeah, it lets you keep it on. But it also has a fun little thing. Is that for essentially a random amount of time, you benefit from the effect of it for like up to a short amount of time. So, so I, for a very brief amount of time, had the like the most important part of it, the stealth armor. Stay hydrated. As I had on the boost, it had like the faster run walk, which, you know, again, as I mentioned, is really useful.
Yeah, stealth has faster run walk and faster attack. It's beautiful.
It has faster. It has a thing called faster cast rate, which is very relevant, which will be incredibly relevant later.
Yeah, hammered in.
Yeah, when we switch to hammered in. But for now, it's not important. There's a entire thing called breakpoints that are. They are a bit more like complicated, but basically, with like the game is made like you obviously using like sprite animation basically. I don't really know how it actually like functions within the game engine, but they aren't smooth animations, so every animation is a set amount of frames, and so you can only increase the speed of like things like animation when you hit a like specific percentages of speed in those stats. Like cast speed, for example, you have to hit certain percentages of it to like reduce the cast animation by 1 frame. I apologize if it's confusing how I explain it again.
I don't think you take a shot at it.
Okay, it's almost 4 a.m. then.
Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. You're doing great. Basically, this isn't accurate to stats, but let's take 100% effect. If you get 25%, you lose a frame. If you get 50%, you lose an additional frame. And there's thresholds to your faster cast rate that will help you lose those frames. And those frames are incredibly important because each frame you drop means another frame you save to cast again as fast as possible.
Which is useful for both, you know, dealing more damage more quickly, but also for, well, survival. They make a huge difference. This is a very trolly map. The map rules for the mag layers 1, 2 is right, and the third one is forward. So much choking gas potions. It's lovely.
Yeah, I learned this map rule because Maggot Slayer is obnoxious.
It is a mess. Act 2 is my least favorite. Oh gosh, I forgot to use my skill points. But it's my least favorite act because it is. As you speed on this game, you gain a certain disdain for Act 2 because it is like no other act. Like the disparity between a good Act 2 and a bad Act 2 is larger than any other act. And this is not the right way. Maybe? It's a very trolly map. We're getting a lot of trolly maps, unfortunately. But yeah, again, I have a very generous estimate. So I'm not worried about going over estimates.
Yeah, this map generation is brutal. Usually, in a decent map, you can get through Maggot Slayer in seconds.
Yeah, like the difference between a good map and a bad map, it can be literally minutes. Yeah, potions, huh? So lovely. Oh, I love it. Thank you, game.
Very kind of them.
It's like every choking gas potion I find saves me a bunch of money. Because they come in stacks, and once you throw a certain amount, or when you throw a potion, it takes from that stack, and if you throw the last potion in a stack, the stack is gone. But as long as you have one stack, it's also one way. As long as you have one potion in the stack, you can replenish it by selling it to a store and then buying it back. that will put it back to maximum. But doing that costs a lot of money, and choking gas potions are expensive to replenish.
I feel like one of the hardest things to learning to speedrun is money management in this game, even more so than just combating. You can just so quickly run out of money.
I see you, map. See, I know that I am. No, it's not that. Ah, you tricked me twice, game. That looked like it could have been the exit point, but it wasn't. So.
Jeez.
Yeah, a little bit trolly.
Really trolling. This Maggot Slayer is horrible.
Yeah, this is about as bad as it can get.
Goodness. But that's okay.
The third level tends to be very straightforward, but seeing how things have gone so far,
No promises.
I'm going to be cynical.
Yeah, that was a rough Maggot Slayer all the way through here.
Yeah, and it's not even the worst area in the game for map generation.
Oh, I'm curious. The worst would be.
We will get there. We will get there soon enough. I think you know which one it is.
I have an idea.
That's not the right way. Most likely not.
Yes, it's not even straight here. What is this Maggot Slayer? Making up for all that good luck early, I guess.
There we go.
Nice.
I even got to get a box open here. Ooh, we're very close to being able to like for our stealth to kick in. So that's the that's another of the artifacts that we are gathering. That is the staff. Now we just need to find the headpiece, and then we move on to. Oh, you'll see.
It's excitement oil.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna kill him. Actually, let's see. So you will see me saving quitting a lot. It is a lot faster than running back to town, or like running. Basically, it will reset all the enemies, and
Shrines, all that good stuff.
yeah, and it puts you back in town. It's very useful. It's also very useful for saving you because, well, if you save and quit, things can't kill you. So generally,
It is an honor to serve.
It's a good escape switch. You can just save and quit at any time. Hello, helicopter. Don't mind that.
Alright, so we move forward, and I think the way forward is right here. So one fun thing about this map, nice, that's a useless waypoint. One thing, we got that put in the worst corner. So one fun thing about the Lost City that I don't think like most speedrunners, like Diablo II runners know is that because of how map rules work, unlike every other overworld zone, the way the exit from this zone can never be in the bottom corner. And that is to basically introduce a rule that prevents like the Viper Temple, which we're going from, landed like being placed on top of Luke Lake, which is the town, from what I understand. So again, we got a bit unlucky with the map, and we were put in the one corner that we don't need to check. So
Goodness.
so it's basically the difference between having to check 3 corners to having to check 2 corners, which you know is a time. It is a time difference for sure. I would like to point out that
I can't.
like it's generally the RNG is generally not this bad. maps aren't usually this convoluted and bad. Oh, this was the way forward. Good. Valley of the Snakes. This is I quote unquote affectionately refer to this area as the pinball arcade because it has these snakes, which I call the pinball wizards. Because as you may notice, they like to knock you around like pinball, and like you are often like they will pinball you into absolute oblivion, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Stuns you each time, right?
Sorry?
It briefly stuns you each time, right?
Yeah, it knocks you back and stuns you, so... And they can keep doing it. Like, if they are attacked, they will take turns on cycle charging you. And it's not fun. Especially for squishier classes like Sorceress or like Druid, which you will be annihilated.
I was gonna say Assassin, but Assassin actually has really
Assassin
good
is tanky and
yeah, Assassin's a super
fast,
tank.
so you can outrun them very easily.
Yeah, I love the Assassin.
Assassin is probably my favorite. Assassin, like, if you want to learn to speed on this, which I highly recommend if you like this game.
Great choice.
Like, the two classes that are generally recommended are Druid and Assassin. They are both very like balanced to be like fast and easy to use. Like their damage skills are
never be extinguished by evil.
like they are very simple. Like they basically just keep doing their thing. You just plonk it down and they keep doing their thing for you. Actually. So it's basically set it and forget it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can basically use that to focus on learning other aspects, such as like well, reading maps and like managing your experience and gold, like
There's
keep
lots
upping
of it.
setup.
A heck of a lot to it. It's an impressive speedrun.
It is. Also a game that has a pretty long history. But yeah, it's those are the two classes. Paladin, I would say, is one of the most advanced, which is probably why you haven't they haven't been represented like on a marathon before. But he is also, like, depending on your category of choice, but he is also the second or third, like for normal runs, probably in the middle. For
This surely is the
Nightmare?
of a twisted
probably in the middle of speed, but like in hell runs, which is when you go through all three difficulties, he is probably the second or third fastest. Oh gosh, I forgot. But this is when I was referring to this that maggot hole is not the worst map in the this act. This is the area. This is Arcane Sanctuary. It is the visually my absolute favorite area in the entire game. It is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, yeah, it's great.
Incredibly gorgeous. But it is basically a hub area where the waypoint is, like, and with four spokes, for paths that you can walk down. And there is no way of knowing which of the four paths is the one that leads to the exit. The other ones lead to dead ends. So basically, when you're running this game, a huge determining factor is whether you basically say that you get a one-way, a two-way, a three-way, a four-way, or if you are very unlucky, you can get a five-way or a six-way, or if you go down a path, this is a dud path. This is a dead end. And you have to save and quit, or you misread the map or something, and
Good day.
well, you go down a path and then you turn around and it turns out it was the right one, so you have to go down it again. You basically get another one. But yeah, which direction do you want to go?
Let's go left.
Let's go left. All right, so chat. In case this isn't the right one, you know, say either top right or bottom right, and then Toad will gather. Yeah, he will collate the results, and I expect his report on my desk on Friday. And yeah, we will decide on where to go after that.
Yeah, this is like the true RNG area. It's the 4-way. You just pick a direction and hope.
Yeah.
Comes down to.
And like, it's not only that it's completely it is like you don't know which direction to go. Like it is very varied between how the amount of enemies are on the path. Sometimes you get stupidly packed platforms that you basically have to spend every time you go down a path you can spend. Alright, that was a dud path. So but yeah, it can change a very big thing. So, what is the consensus?
Top right or bottom right, chat? I've heard middle.
I wish. I can go. Oh, we can go back through the portal.
Yeah.
Doesn't help us.
Oh yeah, there we go. Well, let's go top right. You were leaning a little bit that way.
All right. So this is every direction. They will have a theme, I suppose you can call it. This one for example has portals. One of them is basically just straight paths. One of them is nothing but stairs basically, or 50% stairs. The last one's mix.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is just choose the one that is basically just straight path, because I don't know, it's it is the fastest to traverse.
Yeah, the fastest one you get through is pretty much the best one to try, since it's always completely random. Anyways.
So yeah, this is the second fastest. The one that is the fourth and the remaining one is the slowest, because it is pretty dumb. We are what I call the ghost stacked. Ghosts have a very small hitbox, and so they have a certain propensity for stacking very close to each other, meaning that you can have a lot of ghosts hitting you at once. And of course, you get a 4-way. Sorry, chat, I tried.
This Act 2 just didn't want to be kind.
No.
Just didn't want to be kind. One little fun tidbit is that the boss coming up is actually a character from the first game you play as.
Oh yeah, I was thinking wait, do you mean Duriel? But no, yeah, the person at the dude at the end, for the correct path, is actually the sorcerer from the first game, which is one of the 3 playable characters. All 3 main characters are represented in the game in one way or another. The rogue is at the is at the start of the first zone in the battleground. She's called the Blood Raven. And the warrior is the Dark Wanderer, right?
Yeah.
He basically is the canonical, the one who decided that yes, I'm going to shove this red crystal into my forehead at the end of Diablo 1.
I was always so confused by that when I first beat it. Why are you doing this?
Wasn't the final cutscene outsourced to another company, and they didn't have really an input, and
Really?
they didn't really know what the game was about at that point. I think I've heard it something like that.
It's amazing. I've never heard of that. That's
So that's the. So
I don't.
yeah, as you can see, this game can be a bit sketchy at times. The trap there, and the summoner here, which is again the sorcerer.
Yeah.
He like, as you can see, he likes vomiting
Rest in peace.
ice and fire at you, and the ice in particular is not good for you. It's not good for your skin.
No. Huh.
It's not a good. Oops, it's not a good spot treatment.
Not a good moisturizer. Don't dry it out a little bit.
Moisturizing action. Alright, so I am, instead of fighting fighting Duriel, or going after Duriel, I'm going to be, first I should do this. I am going to
Can't use this yet.
do this thing with the gems. So basically, one of the recipes for the cube is if you have 3 chipped gems, doesn't matter which kind, and a magical, I think it's just a weapon. You will re-roll it like re-roll like as if you found a new one. So as you can see, this one now has a modifier to it, or a different modifier than it was when I put it in and re-roll it. And what I want to do is I want to use this opportunity to potentially get a scepter that has plus Blessed Hammer to it. Because scepters can like roll skills on them. And like random skills on them. And what we really want is for it to roll between 1 and 3 Blessed Hammer. Oops. No, wait, I need to buy more today. Let's see.
Boosting skills is pretty much the ultimate.
1 to 3 Blessed Hammer, which can make an insane difference. Like, or it does make an like just ridiculous difference in damage. There's another cheap one there. Nope, getting a lot of skills, but not the one I want. Do we have another one? Yeah, that's close enough.
No shot. Let's go.
Alright, one more. We have one more.
Impossible.
3 blessed.
And no, nothing. Alright, but I still can. I'm going to, just for marathon safety, I suppose, I am going to be checking the. I'm going to like reset the store a couple times and see if he doesn't sell a scepter that has, like, I will take one Blessed Hammer is enough to make a difference. You will see that.
Allow me to advise.
So Blessed Hammer can. There's one Blessed Hammer. Costs 240,000 gold, so that's a bit above what I can afford. But Blessed Hammer is a level 18 skill, so it has a level 18 level requirement. So skills or like items that I can't use will have a red background to them. So therefore, I know that there's another 2 Blessed Hammer, 144k. I know that like if something has a blue background, I can use it, so it has below a level 18 level requirement, and thus can't have Blessed Hammer. The other scepters that I'm checking have a high strength requirement, so I can't use them, so I can't do the 89k. Oh gosh, this is 30k. 15. I can't afford that. That is a bummer. Alright, I'm gonna check 3 more times, and if not, then well, just gonna have to make do. Which again, it will be fine.
Approach and
You
let's
don't
try.
have any FCR rings, and you don't have any. Like, we probably won't have any plus Blessed Hammer. Alright, one more.
We got this. One more.
2 Blessed Hammer, 115k.
Dang it.
Dang it. Alright,
So
now
price.
it might still drop along the way. I'm gonna stash these because I can sell them for more money in Act 3.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And yeah, there we go. Oh, I need to grab the staff also. Staff is
Shit.
kind of important.
Your chapter on normal gets higher and higher, right? For when to sell something,
Yes.
goes up by like
It
5,000.
is basically 5,000, like the cap for how much gold, like like a vendor can sell something for, increases by which one? Wait, which one was it? It's this one. It's down here. No. Yeah, no, it's here. It's here. Sorry. So like 5,000 per like per act. So basically, in this act, first act I can sell items for maximum 5,000. And this in 10,003, it's gonna be 15,000. It caps out in like hell, where like the max is 35k.
I think it's 50? Or is it
No,
35?
it's I think it's 35k because it's 25k. It's 25k. Gosh, we got the ghost stack there. I'm gonna save and quit so I don't die.
Presence honors me.
It's a good call.
But yeah, it's the cap increase is only 5,000 per difficulty beyond normal, so
Yeah.
we are very close to 18. So that's when
The fun begins.
we drop the hammer, basically, like
Oh.
literally.
Can't touch this dang dude.
Exactly. Is this Retrothon, officially sponsored by?
Oh,
Is it
absolutely.
endorsed by?
MC Hammer? Yeah, absolutely.
He's a huge fan of speedrunning.
Oh yeah. I mean, after his career, it's
I think he has like a
those pants.
513 in Super Mario Bros. 90%.
It's true. And he had his music playing the whole time too.
Yeah.
I just want a pair of those pants.
Who doesn't?
Another thing to note is that the tombs are always the same when you get here, and as you
Well,
saw,
they are the same in like that. They are always in the same place in the
spot,
outside.
yeah. Sorry, not the same map generation.
Yeah, no,
When you get to
the map generate like it's another one. It is to the right. That is the map rule. I'm taking a lot of damage here. But I hit level 18. I'm not going to respec until after I have killed the boss because he is not fun to fight. Like with punching, with hitting things. But he is even more miserable with Blessed Hammer, and you will kind of see why. He will basically stun lock you and destroy your face in half.
Yeah, I feel like all new players, this is probably the hardest boss. 'Cause,
Yeah, it's such an insane difficulty spike.
yeah, it's wild how hard Duriel is when you first play this game.
Like, one thing about Diablo 2, all Diablo games basically, is that they are not easy. Like, Diablo are difficult games. And that there's nowhere is it as apparent as well when you're doing like the longer category called the hell runs, as I mentioned, because
Oh yeah.
in higher difficulty, especially hell, everything hits like truck.
Hell's a good name.
It is appropriate. Yeah, this is Duriel. As you saw me buying a bunch of those yellow potions. They're called thawing potions. They remove your your frozen status, which is the one that slows you down when you fight cold damage. But they also provide 50 cold resistance for 30 seconds. The neat thing with like those potions like both like stamina antidote and thawing potions is that every time you drink one you add 30 seconds to the total. So like if you keep stacking them, like if you drink 5 of them, you will have the cold resistance for 2.5 minutes.
It's good. Stamina potions also stack like that.
Yeah, like it can be very useful. I don't do that. I drink them individually because, well, it saves money. It saves gold.
Yeah.
I'm so used to drinking potions directly from my inventory that it's not a problem for me.
Yeah, your skill level is exceptional in figuring these out really fast. Because again, this is not easy.
It's not
at all.
easy. All right. Just a quick little check to see if.
We do have one question. No merc? Question mark?
Not with paladin. You can use a paladin or a mercenary with paladin, but like, if the issue is that I am underleveled, the same applies to the mercenary, and that makes like he like the mercenary just dies, basically. All right, so we hit level 18, and that means respec time. Just in case we find a scepter, I'm going to get 37 strength, which is the requirement for the heavier scepter. All right, so you can see I have Blessed Hammer. I still have I still get charged because the loot tech is incredible. I'm gonna sell my steel, and I'm gonna buy a bunch of potions. And you will see the difference in damage. It's intense. Like your damage isn't incredible at like when you just have level 1.
Right.
But it's just look at how excited he is. He's fist pumping like mad. He's so excited about like basically not caring about gravity or friction.
Yeah. Got the skills. Oh man, look at those hammers.
Yeah. But you can see Blessed Hammer, like the hammers, like they spiral out from you, and like they obviously like the hammer sprite has to intersect with the enemy, so it can be a bit tricky to like learn how to use them properly. And we get the reverse layout for the spider cavern, which is par for the course, clearly, obviously.
For these, after Act 2, goodness.
So this is the Act 3 is. Oh wow, this is pretty messy. We need to get to that chest, and there are a lot of things around it, and we have to try to lure away and kill as many things as possible. And I am trapped.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is incredibly messy. Just as long as Sark the Burning doesn't catch me. Like there is a unique boss down here called Sark the Burning. He is extra strong. There he is. He's extra strong and he's cursed. So he curses you with amplified damage, which makes it take twice the amount of physical damage, and he hits even harder because he's extra strong. And
it's the scariest thing to get hit with, I swear. That or Decrepify or something like that.
He is
so scary.
He's sometimes referred to as a spider truck, and that's very apt.
Spider truck.
Hammer. Oh, one blessed hammer. No blessed aim. God damn it. Oh, I got so excited for a second.
Damn,
I mean,
bless.
hey, it's part of the course, right? But yeah, this is Act 3 is usually like when most people, as for most people that play this game, their least favorite act. And like, yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun per se. Because like the jungles here at the start are confusing, and personally, I like always thought the color palette is like
A bit ugly, a bit dreary,
drab.
maybe? Yeah, drab is a good word.
And yeah, it's all these stabby dudes, all these people that want nothing more than to show their knives to you.
They're so
And
excited.
it's like, yeah, it's a very nice knife. Please stop trying to. He's trying to steal my kidney.
It's a useful organ, you know.
Oh yeah. By the way, this is the only act that has a thing that is referred to as skip. Despite what it sounds like, it is completely random whether you get it or not. Alright, that's... So basically the next area after the spider forest, which you start in, that you want to find is the Flayer jungle. And like it's random whether like there is a chance that the Flayer jungle will connect directly to Spider Forest, or or it won't, and you have to go through the Great Marsh, which, you know, despite its name, is, you know, decidedly not great. It is, as I sometimes call it, the marsh that hired a like way too good of a marketing team.
I was about to ask, the Black Marsh, is there anything useful to it?
Nope. It is
I didn't think so.
is either a dead end or just a transport, like a additional, you know,
Area to run through? Yeah.
it has nothing in it. And it looks like we're not getting a skip, so
Bleh.
if fleshy mosquitoes are obnoxious because they drain your stamina, stamina is what you need to run, and I don't think anybody likes the stamina system.
It's a little obnoxious. Thankfully, you kind of get... Like, I mean, you get a little more levels, it's not as bad, but...
Yeah, it's like it's only a factor at the start of the game.
It's kind of silly in that regard.
Yes.
If you're wondering why, how I'm filling my inventory so quickly with potions, it's like if you hold down Shift and right-click a potion, you will fill your belt immediately. And when you unequip the belt, you move all the potions above the first tier, all the one above the first row, into your inventory, or if it's full, it drops it on the ground. So basically, you just shift click, then unequip belt, shift click, unequip belt. It's rinse, repeat.
Very quick way to fill that inventory.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's really cool. One of the things that I can't quite exactly tell you why, but probably the most satisfying thing about all of Diablo 2 is when you again hold Shift and click on a potion in your inventory, it will move that potion into the first available slot automatically of the type of potion. And when you do that, I don't know why, but it feels so satisfying to do. Like I don't know why, but despite being like having put I usually listen to around maybe like somewhere around 10,000 hours into like running this game. Like it still feels satisfying.
Key satisfaction.
Yeah.
It's this game brought so much to the table when it came out.
Yeah. And this is layering. We got, you know, again, not the most fun map. And density here is bad. So, one of the things about this area, as you can see, that fire damage did a lot of damage very quickly. One of the things with this area is that it is really good for experience. As long as you get, like, as long as they, like these melee things like the spears and knives spawn in big quantities, because, well, they are so squishy and there are so many of them that you really get a lot of experience. But we, unfortunately, hey, surprisingly, didn't get lucky with that, so... Fortunately, experience is like, good. Like, we have pretty good luck with experience.
That Act 1 luck.
Yeah.
It's a thing while it lasted.
Sure is a thing. Alright, so... this is, the second area we need to find is the Flayer Dungeon, which is in the Flayer Jungle, appropriately enough. And I know that it's this one because well, this thing is here every time. And killing the, like, when you click it, it spawns a boss group that when you kill it drops the gibbon, which I'm going to turn into, I'm going to give to the NPC vendor. He's going to hopefully give me a very nice ring. He gives you a rare ring. And yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. That's sometimes you get like something insane. Other times you get
Crap.
Yeah. You put it in mild terms.
Yeah. That's the D2 roulette wheel. It's addicting. It's so addicting.
You know, that's basically what this game is, so...
Yeah, giant roulette wheel.
There, good.
Nice.
Alright, I'm gonna buy some potions. There we go. The string is... not that useful, unfortunately. No, it's useful for... it gives us money, and, you know, money makes the world go round.
Very true.
3 Blessed Hammer, 83k. I can absolutely afford that. Holy heck, we're getting a Blessed Hammer.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, that's going to that is going to cut down on.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Where was it? There was 1 Blessed Hammer, 3 Blessed Hammer. Oh, look, it's beautiful. Oh, that's going to add so much damage.
So huge, and it's socketed.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. It's probably not going to be very useful, but
I suppose so. I don't know if there's like a mana gem you could throw in there or something for a little assistance.
If we get lucky and find a gem with or a jewel with resistances on it, so that, you know, could be useful. So the Flayer dungeon, like, it's the level 1 and 2 are always left. And the third level is it's a maze that is like, can be one of a set of different mazes, but the mazes always look the same, so I will be able to pretty quickly see which one it is. And there's like a pretty, unsurprisingly, pretty big difference in how quickly you can like go through each one of them. So let's hope for the short one. But hey,
Fingers crossed.
it's not the worst. It's one of the better ones. Certainly not the worst one.
That's good. This area is. I always get lost every single time.
Yeah, as I said, like it's only a small amount. Be a bit careful. He died.
Fire.
He exploded.
Oh,
Your head exploded.
and then it exploded again.
Yeah. Yeah, the shamans, they they look tall, but they are actually two of the small players standing on top of each other in the trench coats, basically.
It's accurate.
It's kind of adorable. So when you kill the shaman, the bottom one jumps out at you and, well, tries stabbing you. Which is rude, but, you know, I can understand. No hard feelings.
There's no hard feelings. You are hammering all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, the Blessed Hammer is insane.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So what I'm really hoping for in terms of drop now is one of those nifty roll runes to put into my head, so I can get 30 fire resistance. Currently I have 27, which, you know, for not having roll runes, it's not that bad.
Worst. Maybe some really lucky charms are coming away.
Yeah, that would also work.
Charms are great, but they
Charms are
also
awesome.
suck.
Yeah, it's like they are basically small things that give passive bonuses when you have them in your inventory. So like it's a very interesting system in that like they give passive bonuses, but you know you have to sacrifice inventory space for them. So they are a bit balanced out that way. Right, yeah, fire systems. That's a lot of lightning systems. Okay, that's, you know, a perfect roll for, you know, resistances is 30, so it was 1% short of the perfect roll.
That's incredible.
The gear is insane. The maps are also insane, but basically we are getting perfect RNG in both directions. So the entrance to the next area is like always in the corners, and we chose the wrong one because of course we did. Oh, I don't need to kill anymore. As I said, like the level requirement that you need to hit is level 20, and then you get one additional level from finishing the quest. So you finish a run of like a normal run, which is the category name. I think it was recently changed to instead of N% normal, I think it was changed to Bale. Whatever. It's basically it's just from character creation to killing Bale in like the normal difficulty.
I feel like normal explained that pretty well.
Yeah. So the sewers also are pretty garbage because the only real prediction you can do is there is one tile that has a type of chest called a super chest, I think it's called. That basically it's a chest that has a dang lot of things in it, a heck of a lot of things. But like if you find that tile, you know that the way down is to the right of it. But the best thing you can do, basically to give yourself the best odds of finding the way, is to go around the outer edges. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping for the best and judging.
It's nice to see some tactics still carry over from when I first played this game.
Yeah.
Not enough mana.
This place sucks too.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do there, I'm gonna keep the drop since I didn't find the way. I don't need killer. I'm going to run up our ice gate up here to the waypoint up here, and go back to town and then through the town portal, so I don't have to backtrack the entire way. Like optimization like that.
Stuff you never think about until you watch speedrunner do their speedrun thing.
Yeah, those crazy speedrunners. Out of their gourds.
Charcy.
Charcy is a friend.
She's a good.
She has very nice boots, so I have no complaints. I'm going to leave a very positive review.
Not enough mana.
Alright, back to this nightmare.
Ooh, yeah. Again, this is
Oh.
pretty slowly.
Is it actually in the middle?
Might be. It's actually, yeah, it is gonna be. Yep, it is the middle.
Oh
This is the tiles. So I know that it's right line. So my best chance is to check this side first, and we hit our required level, and there it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's Oh wait, I don't need to kill anymore, right? Yes. Move on.
Go mode.
Go mode, baby. Right, so we have the three organs, which are the things you collect here. Which you're going to combine with a flail to make another flail to smash an orb, or these things can hit pretty hard. Oh, yeah, I don't have a lot. Oh, I don't have any more.
Council.
Oh, as you can see, that's a lot of damage.
Amp damage, get away!
I'm just gonna click on this twice. For some reason, you have to click on it twice for it to actually explode.
Seriously, I thought I always messed that up, but I guess that's just the way it is.
Oh wow, but one Fisher. That's a nice hat if you're doing a druid run. Fisher is your skill of choice, is your spell of choice for druid, and I would argue it is the most broken early game spell in the entire game.
Really?
It's, I mean, besides teleport, like just in terms of a damage skill, it is.
I've never done druids though.
Like it's literally you set it, like you just throw it down and it keeps doing damage, and like it does a lot of damage, but the thing that makes it really stupidly powerful is that it will keep hitting the enemy. I have so little money. Yeah, we're at the third boss, Mephisto. Which is, probably my favorite, like design of all bosses.
Good day.
Alright. Yeah, this is a bit sketchy.
The mace was worth it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I regret nothing. Let's just hope that we get some. Oh my god. I got too close to you.
Oh no.
It's fine, baby. As you can see, I do a lot of damage. So, Mephisto can hit real hard. He has a lot of spells that he casts, but you can manipulate his AI to not cast spells if you get close to him. As you can see, a lot of damage.
Oh. Every rare.
Yeah, rares are good because they have a good chance of being worth a lot.
The Lord of
Actually, I need to pick up everything here. There we go.
Worth it.
There we go. Just gonna grab everything because we need the money. This is probably the worst off I've been in terms of gold ever. So that's fun at this point. Maybe not ever, but let's call it bleak. This one is pretty neat. Like, it's a very early +1 to all skills. Unfortunately, it's 75. Strength requirement, which is a little bit more than is worth investing.
At this point,
that's a bit more money.
Yeah, that's a little more comfy.
Yeah, we're gonna burn through it though, so don't worry. Yeah. We don't need to repair. Okay, so Act 4 is probably my favorite act at this point. It is the shortest act.
By a long shot.
By a lot.
Yeah.
And it is like Chaos Sanctuary, which is, I would say Chaos Sanctuary is the biggest hurdle in terms of difficulty in this entire run. It is at least like interesting. Hi, well, we're not going to fight you. Oh my god, but we are getting blocked.
Do you not have to fight him?
No. Visual is optional, like side quest. Like if you're doing hell runs, you always kill him because his quests like give 2 skill points, which is insane. Oh my god, we finally got a good map! We finally got a good map! Oh, the happiest day of my life! Alright! Wow. Oh, it can take, feels like decades sometimes to find the stairs down.
Nice to get a look at our map. I was curious because I know Isuel's health pool is like the same as Diablo's. Rather ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh. Quick waypoint.
Alright, so this is the preamble to, oh, that's probably gonna be a lot of money there, good.
Oh, bone wand, that's cha-ching.
Yeah, so basically, what you are looking for when you are getting money is the 2 most valuable things you can find are it's items that can spawn with like that can have skills on them, such as scepters, wands, staves, staff. I don't know which one is it actually.
I think it's staves.
Staves. Let's go with that. And like armors and shields are the 3 most valuable things you can find. Because, well, yeah, they just have a lot of intrinsic value.
Skill upgrades sell for a lot. Yeah, this is scary.
Yeah, this isn't looking too bleak. We should be fine. No, this is definitely fine. Alright, it's a little bit... Okay, that does have a lot of stuff here. So you can see there's a lot of things dealing a lot of fire damage and there's a lot of pain. These Oblivionites, those enemies are my least favorite enemies in the entire game. They are just the most ridiculously overtuned enemy. Like they have, I don't know, they can do everything and they are annoying because they run around and they deal a lot of damage. They can curse you, they are tanky. You can't curse them in higher difficulties. They have a lot of resistances. Yeah, and oh god.
Holy.
Yeah, no worries. I'm a professional.
I believe in you.
Ideally, you don't want to kill a lot of things here because, well, you don't need the experience. They only serve to be roadblocks.
Naturally. do have to kill the spawned enemies, right?
Yes. So the way the way this area works is that there are three spokes on the sides. Or what? How you want? There are three like side areas, or I don't know what to call it.
3 side areas works.
3 side areas. That all, like they all have like these round seals that. Like these seals that when you click them, there are a total of 5 seals. 2 of these side areas have 2 of them, and 1 of them has 1. I don't know why they like that, but yeah, you click them and a boss group spawns. It's always the same boss and the same boss group. You will have a bit. Ooh, super room. But yeah, you have to kill, once you have activated all 5 seals and kill the 3 bosses, you don't have to deal with the minions. Then every enemy dies in this. As you can see, I'm gonna kill this thing and everything just explodes. And yeah, that's then Diablo spawns. He will spawn in the middle of this pentagram, which is, very appropriate. Alright, so Diablo... Alright, yeah. So the thing with Diablo is that he has a couple of different attacks. Most of them aren't an issue to deal with. But one of them... what the hell are you doing? Why are you standing there? Like this one, the lightning hose. You can't face tank it. Doesn't really... Like, it deals... Of course, you're gonna do it again. It deals 50%. Like, even if you like, it may look like it's lightning damage, and it is, but it's also 50% physical damage. So even if you have a lot of lightning resistances, it's going to destroy you. As you can see. So it's a lot of dodging back and forth. So yeah. Him punching us is totally fine. I'm not hitting him there. Blessed Hammer can be a bit finicky piece. Again, I'm not hitting him there. There we go. As you can see, I do a lot of damage. That's the power of the Blessed Hammer Scepter. One of the funny things about Diablo is that he's actually a lot easier to deal with in higher difficulties, because for some reason his lightning hose is actually glitched in such a way that, like, with each difficulty, the place, they extend the range of it, but at the same time they manage to make it so that the starting point is also pushed forward. So in Nightmare, if you stand right on top of him, like you stand in front of the spawn point of the lightning hose, so you don't take damage from it. In Hell, like, it's so far away from him that you can, like, basically just stand in this gem, like, in his, close vicinity, and he can't hit you with it. It is really funny. It's a fantastically fun little glitch that is very, merciful when you're doing Hell runs. Because otherwise it would be very nasty. So Act 5 is honestly, in terms of casual play, Act 5 is probably my favorite. But in terms of speedrunning, it is the most boring, because you have basically done everything in the game. You have your levels, you have your gold, you don't, when you are below level 20, 25, you don't, the experience formula is such that you, gain 5% of the enemy experience, which is not a lot, so it's not worth killing anything here anyway. So this entire act is basically just running, or you know, the talent phase, ice skating. Are you there, Toad? Alright, I think we lost.
Oh my goodness! Why was my mic muted?
Alright, welcome back.
Hi! I'm so sorry.
I am joined here by the lovely and illustrious Toad. Say hi to
Hello,
everyone,
everyone.
Toad.
Hello? I'm new here.
I'm here to teach you about speedrunning.
Thank you.
Point A, go fast. To point B. There
Oh,
we go.
that's true knowledge right there. I am well equipped now. Also,
Don't
did
die.
you enjoy Act 4? Because you blinked and it was over.
It's a nice and short one.
Such a short act.
It's honestly, it's probably, well, besides, yeah, it's the, like, when you're doing hell runs, Hell, Chaos Sanctuary, the highest difficulty, is probably to me the scariest part of the entire game.
Yes, sure, yeah, hell
It is a
hell.
I was gonna say a beautiful mess in a way. But yeah,
Hail to you, champion.
the things in Act 5 hit harder in Hell. There are like enemy types that will, like, for various reasons, be it from like literally being like bugged to like just being ridiculous, will kind of one-shot you. Like, even if you have like a lot of, like, very, like, if you found, like, been lucky and gotten like very good gear and like have a lot of like survivability, like, can kill you in like less than a second. It's bad.
Yeah, all it
The
takes
map
is like
rules
one
for
stone.
the map rules for the caves, which I hate the caves, like left. They are left. They can be very confusing sometimes because the exit tiles don't look like they are to the left or right, or the like tiles may not look like they're to the left or right, but they are in some way, and it can get messy. It took me a while to realize that. But yeah.
Yeah, this area, like, to explain the map generation being confusing, it's not like a straight line all the time. The main path can shift a lot.
Yeah, as I said, like,
So-
it's you don't know the exact path. It just lets you do like it allows you to make it, like, do informed decisions.
Mm-hmm. It's brutal to learn it at a high level and just be able to quickly snap to it.
Yeah, the thing that, like, I can say about is that, like, when you spend enough time with it, eventually it becomes so ingrained that, like, you don't think about it like anymore. You just know that like
muscle
instinctively, muscle memory. You know that, okay, I need to go this way.
Yep.
Like, the bigger thing I would say is when recognizing specific tiles and how, like, they connect in specific ways, of like what is guaranteed to be a dead end. That takes longer because there are a lot of tiles to keep track of. But for me at this point, I recognize so many tiles that I don't really think about it too much.
I imagine for you, it's like playing a typical roguelike to where you see a set of rooms and you already know what's going to happen. And you have such knowledge of the maps in this game that you just, obviously some of the enemies are random, but you're still going to understand groups as they spawn immediately, areas by tile set when they spawn immediately, and that's important information.
Yes, it's very important. All right, so this is the quest where we, like, with the level requirement, you can fight the ancients, which you may recognize these if you play Diablo 3 but not 2. Like these are the three ancients. You can fight them before you're level 20, but you can't finish the quest. So, yeah, you can like do this entire thing, but like not have it count because you didn't pay attention, which definitely never has happened to me. Nope. I am great at paying attention at all times. I never miss anything. Oh god. As you can see, so one interesting like thing about the ancients is that they actually spawn with randomized gear, and so like if you get unlucky, like they can spawn with things that make them very scary, or like basically don't take damage from you. And yeah, like fortunately for the paladin in normal, like since equipment that doesn't like equipment that gives resistance to magic damage is like so uncommon, his damage is basically unaffected. So it's not a big deal. It can like change how much damage they deal to you, but that's it. So Whirlstone Keep is another lovely example of area that where they like there are really no map rules.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The only thing you know is if you find a waypoint in level 2, just like Catacombs, you know that it's to the right, which, you know, we just did.
Good info.
Yes. Oh yeah, and the reason why I'm like going back to Act 4 to buy potions, instead of just buying them from, like, buying them Act 5, is because there is a quest, like a boss that, like at the start of the zone, that's a very nice level, where if you don't kill him, or before you kill him, everything costs twice as much. So yeah, okay. So this is a very. I don't know that this game has been like featured at like on a marathon, like since. It was like since this was discovered, but last year the first like actual sequence break of Diablo II was found. If you played this game, you know that this before we fight the final boss Baal, he's going to summon 5 waves of like five waves of like bosses that you have to kill each before he summons the next, and then after you kill the 5th, he will enter his throne room where you fight him. But through some, well, I think it's related to the. I don't know the theory or like the like how it works, but you can by using like. By abusing like certain like trigger zones, trigger lines, you can make the game think that a wave has been spawned, and then like you despawn it like as it is being spawned, and it will basically consider that wave to be killed, and move on to the next one. And so this obviously will save a bunch of time. So what I want to do first is I want to clear out the throne room, and then I'm going to use audio cue. So I'm going to be quiet and listen. I need quiet time for this. Two, three. I think I dropped that one. Yes, all right, that's one successful. I think that's one. That one's good. that one's probably good. Yes, that one's good. Alright, hopefully just one more. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm sure I got them. Alright, I'm gonna see if I skipped. And hopefully I got all 5 wave skips. We will find out shortly. 5 out of 5! Woo!
Yep, let's go.
Each and every one of them is they are very tricky. So my average is like 3 out of 5 wave skips in a run. So me getting all 5 is incredible. So this is the final boss. This is Bale. He can do a bunch of things. Some are incredibly obnoxious. Others are, fine. So one of the most annoying things is he can spawn a clone of himself, which is annoying. But you can actually despawn his clone if you go back to town. And I'm not 100% sure how, what you have to do. There we go. He despawned him, and he immediately spawns another one. Sometimes he just
Fail, please.
And we despawn him. So, that is a very nice trick as well.
Nice. There's the world, so chilling.
Yeah. Ow.
In the parade.
Maybe because, he has tons of health. And he's quite a pugilist. So he punches real hard. That's really the only thing that you need to watch out for, or the thing that can kill you, unless you have really bad cold resistances. But even then, it's not a big deal. It's only really his punching, which it hurts. He can crit with the punches, so he can deal a lot more damage with them. Ah, hitting him.
Oh, hammers.
Oh. Bang, bang, Miss Maxwell Silverhand. Oh, Napoleon and...
Now karaoke string.
Yes.
Hey,
I mean, it wouldn't be a stream, my stream if there wasn't singing, so...
100%.
Alright, so he's basically done. I'm gonna get to put one down here and throw everything away.
Oh, goodbye, Vale. Have a nice flight. See you next time. Well, I didn't say to teleport now.
And time.
Hey, Chi-Chi!
Yeah, my timer isn't stopping.
It was 20:11:35, I think. Right-click stop.
It's not stopping.
Taint this mortal.
Oh, is it because it's compared? No.
Thumbs lock, maybe. If you haven't set to that region. Hey, there you go.
What the hell?
Great job.
Okay, paused. Boom. There we go. But yeah, that's Diablo. That's Diablo 2, the paladin. I'm really excited to have.
Great job.
Bone snap. But yeah, very excited to gotten to show the paladin off. He is finicky and tricky, and well, he's a good ice skater.
He's an excellent ice skater.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have gotten all 5 wave skips. That's incredible.
That was amazing.
So, sure had some maps.
This is an interesting run because you got Taleth immediately.
Yeah, the first one. Got faster one-walk boots. Eventually found the 3 Blessed Hammer. Yeah, it was like a mixed bag of a run. But yeah, that's Diablo 2. It's, you know, it's one of the best games of all time. I don't think anybody would argue that. It is an incredible speedrun. It's very easy to get into. Just like there's a lot of theory to it, but it's all surmountable, and you can learn at your own pace.
Which is a really nice thing when it comes to speedrunning.
Indeed. But yeah, if you enjoyed this run, I still run this game. I recently came back after a long break, but so I intend to be streaming a lot more, and it's basically this game that I spend my time on. But yeah, a huge shout out to Toad for the amazing commentary and amazing company.
Thank you for having me. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's been a privilege, and thank you for Retrothon for letting me show off this run. And yeah, you all have a lovely rest of your now and later, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you, Ellie, for displaying such excellent skill tonight.
Thank you.
Really, she's great. You should go follow her right now.
Go follow Toad too. He's wonderful. All right.